The next way that we can find a center of a set of numbers is called the median. The median is simply the middle term in a set of numbers. When I think of median, I always think of the center of the road. So sometimes there's a concrete kind of divider, especially on highways. Sometimes there's flowers and trees and little things in between roads. Those are called medians, and they're always in the middle. So that's one good way to remember what the median is. It's the number in the middle. The first step in finding the median is to put the numbers in order from least to greatest. Now, this seems simple, and it is simple to do. However, this is where a lot of mistakes can be made because sometimes we'll forget to put the numbers in order, and we might just look right at it and say, oh, 9. 9's right in the middle. But 9 is not in the middle, actually. When we put them in order, we'll see 9 is more towards the beginning. So the first thing we need to do is put those numbers in order carefully. So what we'll do is we'll start and we'll kind of take a browse. We'll see that number 1 comes first, cross it out. We'll look, 9 comes second, cross it out. Like I said, this is very important to make sure you don't forget anything or to make sure you don't do something twice or something like that. Next would be 10. Next would be 16. Next would be 33, 41, and 57. And doing this carefully just ensures that I have all my numbers. One more thing I like to do just to be sure is I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we're good to go. Our second step is that we need to take those numbers and we need to work our way in to the center. So we can start by crossing out the first and last number, and then we'll work our way into the next numbers, and then that will leave us with our median, which in this case is 16. But it's not always as simple as that. Sometimes you'll have 2 numbers in the center. So if there are 2 numbers in the middle, you have to find the mean or the average of those 2 middle numbers. And there's actually kind of a couple ways you can go about this. So I already have my numbers in order for this set over here. So I'll start working my way in. First set, second set, and then I see that these 2 are in the middle. So there are 2 things you could do. We know how to find the mean, which is add up the numbers and then divide by how many numbers you added. So I'll grab my calculator. If I add 58 plus 60, we get 118. Then we would divide by 2. The reason we divide by 2 is because we've only added 2 numbers. And we get 59. So our median would be 59. Another way you can look at this is you can actually write out the numbers from 58 to 60. So something like this. 58, 59, 60. So that's a pretty short list. All right, and then we would do the same thing. We would work our way in. We'll see that 59 is the median. So you can use your calculator. You can kind of write it out like that. The only time that this might not work exactly is, let's say we have this list over here where we'll cross out. We have 3 and 4 in the middle. There's nothing in between 3 and 4. So you can kind of do this 2 ways. You could find the mean. 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. Or if you just kind of think about it, halfway is in between any number. So it would be 3.5 in between there. So the median for this one is 3.5. And medians can be decimal numbers, just like that. All right, so here's the note page. It's in the packet. Finding the median, just a really quick review. The median is the middle number in a data set. How do you find the median? First, you put the numbers in order. This is very important. We talked about that. Find the number exactly in the middle. If there are 2 numbers in the middle, find the number that would be in the middle of those numbers. So we'll look at example number 2 for that one. So for example number 1, Terrence measured 5 leaves that he found in centimeters. So he has his data right here. We put the numbers in order. We work our way in. We find that the middle number is 10 and 8/10, or 10.8. So that would be the median. Example number 2. Jayla polled her family for their favorite numbers. She has her list of numbers here. We'll put them in order. And then as we start working our way in, we see that there are two numbers in the middle. So we can do one of two things. We could go ahead and just add those numbers up, divide by 2, or we could write them out from 14 all the way to 18. So you'd write 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and you'd work your way in just like we did originally, and you'll see that the median is 16. All right, here are the important ideas for median. First, we need to make sure we order the numbers carefully. And second, if there are two numbers in the middle, you need to find the mean. And again, we talked about how you can use your calculator for that, or how you can write those numbers out again and work your way into the middle. All right, here's some practice sets of data. So what I want you to do is make sure you order those numbers from least to greatest, work your way in, and find the median. Go ahead and pause your video right here, and in just a second, I'll have the answers pop up to see if you did it right. All right, so here are your answers. For the first data set, it was pretty simple and straightforward. 28 is exactly in the middle once you put your numbers in order. And you'll see here where I crossed out those numbers very methodically to make sure that I put them in order and I didn't miss anything. For the second set, we had a different situation where we had two numbers in the middle. So I showed you both ways you could have gone about that. You could have written from 10 all the way to 16, worked your way in again and saw that it was 13. Or you could have found the mean, add the two numbers, and then divide by 2. So for your last one, 13 is the median. I hope you enjoyed this video. Our next video, we'll be talking about mode. So we'll see you then. Bye.